If you've been doing genealogy for any length of time, you already know the big names. Everybody talks about Ancestry, FamilySearch, and Find a Grave. But what if I told you there are completely free genealogy websites hiding in plain sight that most researchers barely use? Websites packed with newspapers, church books, immigration records, military files, and historical photos. And many of them are sitting there untouched. In this video, I'm going to count down 5 free genealogy websites that can completely change your research, especially if you feel like you've hit a brick wall. Some of these are international and some are government archives, and one of them might help you find records you didn't even know existed. The best part is that you can use all of them right now without paying a subscription fee. And stick around until the end, because I'm going to show you which website I think is the most underrated genealogy resource on the internet right now. So let's jump in. Number 5 is Trove. If you have ancestors from Australia, or even ancestors who passed through Australia, this website is incredible. Trove is run by the National Library of Australia, and it contains millions of digitized newspapers, photographs, government gazettes, maps, diaries, and books. Now here's why genealogists love it. The newspapers are searchable. That means you can type in an ancestor's name and sometimes find obituaries, marriage announcements, business advertisements, court cases, or even social gossip columns from over 100 years ago. And honestly, the social columns are fascinating. You can sometimes track where people traveled, who visited whom, or even what dress someone wore to a community event. One thing I really like about Trove is that it often finds ordinary people who never appeared in major records anywhere else. Sometimes a newspaper mention is the only proof that someone lived in a certain town at a certain time. If you decide to use Trove, try searching with quotation marks around the full name first. Then search again using just the surname and town name. Old newspapers contain spelling mistakes all the time, so broader searches can sometimes work better. Number 4 is IrishGenealogy.ie. If you have Irish ancestry, stop what you're doing and bookmark this site immediately. This is the official Irish government genealogy website, and it provides free access to civil registration records for births, marriages, and deaths. And yes, completely free. A lot of people assume that they have to pay to research Irish ancestors, but this site alone can help you build entire family groups. You can search for birth records, marriage records, death records, and sometimes view the original scanned register pages. That's the important part. Whenever possible, always look at the original image, not just the index. You may discover witnesses, occupations, addresses, or even handwriting clues that don't appear in the transcription. And here's something beginners often miss. Irish records are heavily tied to location. So if you find the townland or parish associated with your ancestor, write it down immediately. That tiny location detail can unlock church records, land records, and census substitutes later. If your Irish research feels impossible, this website is often the turning point. Number 3 is Chronicling America. This one comes from the Library of Congress, and I honestly think many genealogists underestimate it. Chronicling America gives you free access to historic American newspapers from across the United States. And unlike some newspaper websites, you do not need a paid subscription to start searching. Now, I want to be realistic here. Not every newspaper from every state is included, but the collection is massive and constantly growing. One of the best ways to use this website is for in-between years. Maybe your ancestor disappears between census records. Maybe they moved. Maybe they changed jobs. Newspapers can help fill those gaps. You can find estate notices, runaway spouses, school honor rolls, accident reports, probate notices, and local news stories that bring ancestors to life. And here's a trick I use all the time. Instead of searching only the person's name, search for an address, business name, church, or small town. Sometimes your ancestor appears in articles without their full name being indexed correctly. Another thing I love about Chronicling America is that it gives historical context. Even if you don't find your ancestor directly, you can better understand what was happening around them: floods, strikes, epidemics, immigration waves, or local disasters. That context makes family history feel real. Number 2 is Matricula Online. This website is a hidden gem for European genealogy. Matricula contains free digitized church records from parts of Germany, Austria, Poland, and several other European regions. Now, I'll warn you up front, this site is not beginner-friendly at first. The interface can feel confusing, but if your ancestors came from Central Europe, this website can be pure gold. These church books include baptisms, marriages, and burials going back hundreds of years, and many of these records are original, handwritten parish registers. This is where you start moving beyond indexes and into real historical research. One thing that surprises people is how much information old church records can contain. You may find occupations, house numbers, parents' names, witnesses, and even multi-generational family connections. If the records seem hard to read, don't panic. Start by learning just a few common words in the language of the records. Even recognizing terms like born, married, or died can make a huge difference. And honestly, this is where AI tools are starting to help genealogists quite a bit with transcription, translation, and handwriting interpretation. In fact, I recently posted a video about 3 free websites that can help you transcribe old handwriting. I'll link that video in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And number 1, the most underrated free genealogy website on this list is FamilySearch Digital Library. Most people know about FamilySearch, but very few people use the digital library section. This part of the website contains hundreds of thousands of digitized family histories, local history books, county histories, genealogy magazines, and compiled records from around the world. And here's why this matters. Many of these books were only available in specialty libraries years ago. Now you can search the full text online from your home computer. That means you can sometimes search for a surname and instantly find your ancestor mentioned deep inside a county history book published in 1892. I've seen researchers break through decades-old brick walls using this library. Now I want to mention something important. Compiled genealogy books can contain mistakes, so never copy information blindly into your family tree. Use these books as clues, and then verify the information with original records whenever possible. But for finding immigration patterns, family connections, military service, and local history context, this source is incredible. And one more quick tip. Don't search only for surnames. Search for towns, churches, cemeteries, or even small communities connected to your ancestors. Sometimes the location search works even better than the name search. So those are the 5 free genealogy websites that I think deserve way more attention in 2026. And honestly, I think one of the biggest mistakes genealogists make is relying on only one website. Every genealogy platform has gaps. The real breakthroughs usually happen when you combine records from multiple sources together. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more genealogy tips, free research tools, and family history strategies made simple. And if you want more free resources, watch this video next about genealogy websites that can help you research your ancestors without paying for a subscription. That video is on the screen right now. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your research, and I'll see you in the next one.